Let me introduce you to the AC3 system that is going to blow up your marketing and your lead generation. But like, first off, if you don't know who I am, my name is Michael Akinfisoye. I am one half of the OHB Academy co-founders. I have built 2 six-figure businesses over the course of, I'll say 5 years or so, 5-6 years. One a multi six-figure business now that I run with my best friend from 11 years old, literally first day of secondary school. And yeah, the AC3 system is something that lived beneath everything we was doing in our service style businesses, which is what we do. So that's coaching, online fitness coaching, now mentoring and business coaching essentially. So it lived beneath everything we were doing. I just didn't really see it that way. And over time, I sort of understood it and I put it into this framework so it's easier to understand. And it's easier to scale because when you understand things, you put them in a simple way, then you now can scale them, make them bigger, right? Make them colossal, which is always the aim, right? Let's get into the AC3 system. Before we do that, please make sure that you subscribe is the main thing, all right? Of course, subscribing is going to help with our metrics. It's going to push this video out to more people, and that's going to allow this channel to grow, right? And as this channel grows, we provide you with more and more information. Our aim is always to give more away in our free content and then a lot of people doing their paid stuff, right? So that's the plan. Let's get into it. So there's 4 components of the AC3 system: audience growth, conversations, calls booked, cash collected. These 4 things are pivotal in growing your online coaching business. And they actually fall in sequence, right? So it all starts with audience growth. Then as your audience grows, you have the conversations, then you got the calls booked, right? And then you got the cash collected. So we're going to work through every single one of them and we can even give some examples of how you can activate them. So number 1 is audience growth. Audience growth just means that your audience, and what do we mean by your audience? We mean your followers on Instagram, your email list, your connections on LinkedIn, your subscribers on YouTube, anywhere you can reach people and you're teaching people, that's where your audience is, right? We need to make sure that's growing. If that's not growing, then we're talking to the same people over and over again. And as much as we can convert people from not wanting to work with us or not being ready to being ready, we want to have other options because there's going to be some people who are completely brand new, see us, and they're just ready. They're just in a position where they're ready to buy. Maybe they've been looking for a long time for someone with our services, and now is a great time. So we want to reach more of those people as well as helping the people who are already following us to eventually work with us. So that's audience growth. So how do we do that? Depends on what platform you're on, but it's usually down to a few different things. You've got paid and you've got organic. Organic is generally going to be content. So making really good content that appeals to those people and essentially hoping that the virality queen will push out your content and help you just grow your page. Now, is that a good technique? Yes, it's part of it. It's part and parcel of the game. It's something that some people would take years to master. Some people get a quick pot of luck with it. I do believe it has an essence of mastery to it. So the more you get better, the more you learn. Like now I'm improving my content, you start to see growth with that. Okay. Then you've got the paid version, and that's ads, using ads to grow your audience. And whatever that audience may be, it could be YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, whatever platform you see, and whoever wherever you see people of great influence or who have a lot of followers, subscribers, whatever it is, there will always be people who have paid for that. Paid doesn't mean the old way on Instagram where you see an account from a third world country and they're saying, I can get you 10,000 followers in 30 seconds. It's a lot different. There's an exchange of value here. So you would do and create an advert that gives value to a certain audience, and those people would then in return follow you, subscribe, and so on. And you just make the advert in a way where that's the one thing you're asking for. Just follow me for more tips or just subscribe to me for more value. Simple ask, and most people are happy to do so. So that's the paid and organic way of growing an audience, and it works on every platform. We do have a few hacks on Instagram. They're not always the most reliable, but you can literally follow people in abundance. Usually about 50 to 60 people a day is what it allows right now. And a good percentage of people will follow you back, especially if what you're posting on your Instagram is good. So that's audience growth. Very important. Otherwise, like we said, we're going to be talking to the same people all the time. The next part of the funnel is conversations. You can't sell anything more than £200 a month, anything really more than even £150 a month through the DMs, through your content. You can't sell it without having conversations. When you think about spending good money on anything like cars or, so on and so forth, I think the only exception to the rule is probably holidays. And that's because you know what you're getting with that. But you don't generally spend a lot of money without a conversation being in between. Okay. And especially when it comes to service businesses, coaching, and so on, people don't spend above that £100, £150 mark. And the studies have shown this without some sort of sales call and conversation. So we need to strike these conversations to make more money. If you want to sell your coaching or product for £50, £100 or less, then yeah, you can literally sell it through your content. Be hard to do, but it is possible to do. But if you're going to charge more, like we recommend, then you need to have these conversations. So long story short, you need to be talking to people. All right, you need to be talking to people every flipping day. And that goes hand in hand with audience growth. Okay, how do you talk to people? You start a conversation. There's different ways to start conversations. Nowadays, the good thing is with platforms like Instagram, it's become more friendlier and homelier than ever. So you can send voice notes, you can send videos, you can make it feel really natural. With platforms like LinkedIn, you got to be a bit more strategic. Some people like straight to the point. Some people would like you to lean in with a value add. So maybe you're giving something away like a lead magnet, a free guide, whatever the case may be. And Facebook, again, is similar to Instagram. So it all depends on what platform. But you're going to have some form of volume with the conversations to make sure that you're getting to the next part, which is course book. Now, just a quick hack before we move on. When it comes to the conversations, your content is very important. And that links in with audience growth. If your content's shit, then people, even in your conversations, are not going to take you so seriously unless you're, the most skilled conversational person in the world. However, even still, they're going to look at what you're posting and they're going to kind of gauge an idea of how to treat you from that. Let's move on to calls book. So calls book, this is, again, you're not making these sales, these high ticket or just higher price sales without booking calls. £250, £200 a month, or paid in fulls, which we like, 1,000 paid in full, 1,500, all the way to whatever it may be. You need to have calls for this, right? So these are the number one metric, that part of the funnel and the other conversational calls books. These are actually the most important metric in your whole business. So you need to be very focused on this. If these are low, then everything else is going to be low. And we can actually reverse and engineer big goals in the business from these two metrics. So calls booked will be done through Zoom. And of course, whilst you're having these conversations, you don't want to over talk in the DMs. You don't want to coach people. You don't want to, send long paragraphs. You just don't want to do too much. You don't want to do too much. You want to just lean in with questions, ask people questions, right? Someone even comes to you with a goal. Hey, I'm interested in your service. What's your goal, right? Don't get too desperate. Ask questions. And if you ask the right questions enough, you lean them into the direction of needing help and exposing that they do need help, then you can now push them to a book call. Everything happens on a book call. And the benefit of the book call is that it's intimate, right? When we get that human, connection, and we can sit down and look someone in the eye and talk to them, we're a lot more likely to build trust. And money comes with that trust factor, okay? People need to trust you in order to, you got to remember, this is through a laptop, right? You want someone to pay you a decent amount of money through a laptop. You've got to build some level of trust. So Zoom, we do this through apps like Calendly. Again, we use the OHB Connect, which is our own CRM system. You don't even have to work with us to be able to license that from us, rent that out from us. It does everything from your calendar bookings, email marketing, websites, everything. So click the link below somewhere, it will be there, right? That's how you do that. You would get a link that links to your calendar, you send it out and they'll book a call via Zoom. And last but not least, cash collected, all right? So that's how it works. You collect that cash on a call, send over a Stripe link, get them to pay there and then, or you can take their details. Some people are absolutely fine with that. And that is the whole funnel from A to Z of how to make money as a coach online. Now, I said something about the word reverse engineering. That means that you work your way backwards in order to hit a goal. So if I want to achieve £10,000 a month, I can easily reverse engineer and say that I need to get 20 clients who pay me £500 to make £10,000, right? So 20 clients and I need them to pay me £500. a month, and that would give me my 10K. To get 20 clients, I need to get on a certain amount of calls booked. Now, calls booked and calls that you actually take and end up selling are completely different numbers. But this is where we look at the minor details of the funnel. So I'll probably need double the amount of calls booked to actually get those people on the call and potentially sell, or maybe a bit more. So if I want to make, 20 sales, then I probably need to get on like 60 sales calls. And that way I would close about 30 to 40%. So 50 to 60 sales calls, then I can potentially close 20 clients. And that just goes down to my selling skills. There you go. So the AC free system, if this has helped you in any way, then please let us know by liking, commenting below, sharing the video with someone else so it can help them as well. There's loads of other videos that are going to benefit you and help you. So I certainly suggest you watch some of them. Peace and love.